Hello Aquarius, welcome to your bonus love reading. Welcome to 7-Star Tarot. So today I wanted to give you a reading to explore a little bit more about the person who may be on your mind, and it's probably going to be a love relationship. It may not necessarily be, so please apply it to your context. As you may know, when we pull a set of tarot cards, we are essentially asking the universe and viewing a map of the universe at a particular point in time, and obviously a particular portion of the universe as well. So if this is not an accurate map of your universe at the moment, then please explore some of your other placements or check back later. So what I've done is I've pulled a card for your person, I've pulled a card for you, and I've pulled a little storyline for us here, which I was just looking into before I turned the camera on. So we have the Page of Wands in the reverse, the World, the Queen of Wands in the reverse, the Strength in the reverse, the Magician in the reverse, and the Four of Wands in the reverse. So many reversals. So yes, this is a fairly clear story here. Page of Wands in reverse is someone maybe a little younger than you, or a younger person, feeling insecure, not really feeling good enough to be able to come forward, not putting their best foot forward. And so I think the person that you're dealing with, I'm going to put it, reverse the roles if necessary, but I'm going to say that the person you were dealing with, for whatever reason, ended up to be quite kind of insecure, quite self-conscious, not really putting their best foot forward essentially into this relationship. They didn't want to offer for whatever reason. They were afraid, or they were, the Page of Wands in reverse can also be quite hot-headed, so may still be holding on to issues which you'd experienced with them in the past. This then led to the World, and actually these two cards, I think, with the Page and the Queen of Wands in the reverse. The Queen of Wands in the reverse, I think, is more your energy, slightly more mature, but here, because we're in the reverse, we are actually yielding to that situation. So basically both people are kind of giving up, and in the middle we have the World. So it shows, yes, there was an ending to a cycle, possibly due to the other person being maybe indecisive, because they do have the Seven of Cups here. It's come into the reverse now, which we'll get into in a minute, but I think they were being possibly indecisive, but certainly insecure about maybe whether or not they could offer you what you needed, or whether they had what it took to give you what you needed. They just may have simply not felt good enough to be able to provide what you wanted and what you demanded and what you expected from them. We have the Strength in reverse, which is supporting this storyline, saying that there was a lack of courage, maybe fear overcame the situation, also a lack of being able to overcome without brute force. So it could be a using of brute force, so one or two of you may have tried to force the situation in order to try and get it off the ground, and I'm going to say off the ground again after this initial ending. So this may be something which has been going around and around. And the other thing is, as well, with the Strength in reverse, is not being able to overcome the lower desires, or the kind of material realm, like the 3D sort of stuff. And I think this may be on your person's part. I don't think they were able to overcome whatever material stuff they had to kind of get onto this like spiritual sort of path. Sorry, just adjust my camera here. Yeah. And we have the Magician in the reverse as well, which is quite similar. So in the reverse, the Magician is more, in the upright, the Magician is about creative force, creative energy, manifesting what you desire into reality. And in reverse, the Magician is much more about destructive, so using one's power and knowledge or abilities for destructive purposes. So I think there was a weakness here, there was a lack of ability to overcome one's sort of animal instinct or lower base desires. You know, there may have been some toxicity there as well. Certainly with the destructiveness. So destructive isn't necessarily bad because some things need to be destroyed. Maybe this relationship did need to be destroyed, whether that was from your perspective or not. At any rate, someone's energy was being directed towards destructive purposes in the relationship, whether consciously or unconsciously. Maybe it was, you know, we can dig into it a little bit when we get into the different people as to what the sort of underlying energies are. I think we won't go into that now. Four of Wands in reverse. What could or should or would have been a happy, loving, stable home environment, which, you know, you see these girls sort of like setting up a kind of celebratory sort of environment and being very supportive to each other, but there wasn't that support. So the idea of kind of divorce or a broken home, or, you know, a home life that didn't work. So this is a very clear story here. I think it's mostly about capitulation, it's about giving up, it's about not having the inner sort of spiritual force or spiritual strength to maintain a connection, and possibly this was coming from one side or the other. It could have come from either side, I suppose. So let's look at you first. So you're coming out as the Nine of Wands in the reverse. So Nine of Wands is kind of being defensive and so forth, but really Nine of Wands in reverse is giving up, just letting go, maybe wanting the defenses to come down, maybe wanting the defensiveness to stop, but also just maybe wanting to actually let go of this situation because of the obvious anguish which would have been a consequence of this type of storyline. The other person has a Seven of Cups in the reverse, so obviously this person may have been at a point where they didn't really know what they were doing, didn't know what to choose from. In the reverse, it says that there will be the Seven of Cups in reverse comes before the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is walking away, and usually walking away from the more materialistic kind of things to seek a kind of higher spiritual ground. So at the risk of being a reader who says, oh, your person's coming back to you, the Seven of Cups does say that somebody is starting to maybe see or make a decision about what they want, and maybe starting to be able to leave behind some of the sort of false choices of the material realm, or maybe starting to see the fallacy of viewing things in this overly materialistic way, which I certainly get in the energy of here. So let's look into some more of the energies here. So yes, let's look at the past for your person and for yourself. What happened in the past is what led to this Seven of Cups. Hierophant in the reverse. Okay, so to a degree we have maybe a lack of spiritual awareness on this person's part. Certainly not wanting to follow the traditional path. I'm getting from this that this person wanted to kind of go their own way. The Hierophant here, and this guy looks pretty happy. He's kind of getting he's like on a sort of journey of discovery. So this is quite a sort of solitary energy. So I would say this is kind of like, receiving the sort of energy from above. So maybe this person, really wanted to go against the grain, but in doing so, almost kind of denied themselves a certain type of blessing. So I think, this person moved away from you, and maybe they wanted to sort of be quite unconventional in how they approach the relationship, or maybe they just hadn't really thought things through very well, but certainly not really kind of being tapped into their spiritual gifts, I think. For you in the past, we have the Emperor, so you obviously needed to kind of, and we had the Fool and underlying, so having to like manage your affairs, basically. We have the female Emperor, so you may have more of a kind of feminine energy. And this, over here we've got more of a kind of masculine energy going on. So yes, you may have felt like you needed to kind of manage your affairs, to get everything in order, to kind of, whether it's to do with like managing the relationships that you have around you, or managing this particular relationship. Maybe you felt like you needed to take charge of this relationship, and just generally of like the affairs of your life, basically, to get things kind of handled. So obviously with this Four of Wands in reverse previously, you may have felt that things came quite chaotic, and so you had to kind of manage that. So what do we have for the unconscious influencing factors, feelings, and so forth about this situation? Okay, what do we have here? We have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Six of Wands. Gee. Oh dear, Aquarius. You really want this, you wanted this to work out, or maybe you still do want this to work out. You want this loving, wonderful, happy relationship here. With the Ten of Cups and the Six of Wands is the victory. You want to have victory, whether it's with this person or not with this person. I think you want a loving relationship, and you want to feel like that relationship is obviously reciprocal, that it's been earned, that it's a beautiful thing, that there's recognition there, mutual recognition on both people's parts. So what is the subconscious feelings or desires of this person? Unconscious feelings and desires, Aquarius' person. Oh, what? Again, inverted. This person is just upside down. The Ace of Cups in the reverse, and the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Four of Pentacles in the upright is holding on. Kind of like selfishly holding on. So the Four of Pentacles in the reverse is letting go. Letting go and allowing to a degree, maybe not holding on so tight. And the Ace of Cups in the reverse, not holding on so tight to the failure, maybe. I mean, the Ace of Cups in reverse is like a failure to experience that that love. Should we clarify? Should we clarify this? Okay. Why do we have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse for this person? This person's energy is a little bit less clear, but certainly more confused than yours. We have the Six of Cups. Memories of the past. Happy memories. Memories of love. Okay. So this person may be quite in their head at the moment. You know, there may be a lot of memories coming up between of memories of your, you know, the shared past that you have. And how about the Ace of Cups in reverse? Why is the Ace of Cups in reverse there? Okay, oh, okay. So we got the two. Right, yes, okay. Yeah, so I was right. Yeah, the Ace of Cups in reverse is like the memories of what was lost, okay, the pain, the memories of the pain. I think this person has been quite immersed in the memories of the pain and really, like, probably actually holding on to those memories of pain. And I think that's been causing them a lot of anxiety, possibly sleepless nights. Maybe, you know, when this person gets off work, they're just there in bed, kind of like, yeah, going through being tortured by the happy memories and trying to let go of it, trying to let go of the painful memories or the feeling of the loss of love, feeling unbalanced. Yeah, but it's putting this person off balance, basically. This person is not balanced at the moment. That's definitely coming up in this reading. So, what do we have for then external influences of your person in this situation at the moment? What are the external influences operating on Aquarius' person, please? External influences operating on Aquarius' person at the moment. Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. Right, okay, so they're trying to develop their yeah, maybe this is why the page was in reverse, because so this person is trying to develop their material standing, and we have very much that there was a like tendency to go more towards the material than to the spiritual. And why would that tend to happen in a person? Well, it would tend to happen because that person feels like they don't have what they need in the physical realm. So I think the need to build up their resources is definitely very much on the forefront of this mind, and the Two of Wands is waiting for one's efforts and one's for one's sort of creative desire to kind of come into fruition. So I think this person is very much in a waiting game and saving money and you know, building up your work and your career. All of this stuff takes time, doesn't it? So I think that's very much what is influencing this person at the moment. All the while they're having this kind of like struggle with the past, and we will clarify further. Let's just clarify that further now, because why have we got the Seven of Cups in the reverse? Why is the Seven of Cups in the reverse? The Tower in the reverse. Yeah, so they are feeling the ending. They're feeling the ending of this. They're trying to, I think, maybe control or stop everything sort of falling down around them. Maybe they feel, I think they feel quite unstable. In the reverse, I think the Tower is maybe not quite as drastic or not quite as dramatic. Maybe it's like a sort of, maybe that's what they're sort of experiencing, but they're like able to sort of hide the fact that they're experiencing this. Maybe this person doesn't really have, you know, what's going on like around this person? Does this person like have anybody to Hanged Man in the reverse? No, not really. I don't think this person has anybody to like fall back on, you know. I think this person separates themselves from others. I think they go through things by themselves, and I don't think they tell anybody what they're going through. The Hanged Man in reverse can sometimes speak to a sense of feeling not judged by others, but kind of done wrong by others, or that they're at risk of kind of being like, not betrayed by others, but there's something about kind of not trusting other people to kind of have their back, basically, with that. Okay, so what are the external influences operating on Aquarius at the moment? Six of Cups. Man, you're quite in your emotions, Aquarius, about this. Six of Cups. The Hermit. I think the happy memories of the past are kind of clouding your judgment here with the Hermit in the reverse. I think they're taking you off your inner game, in a sense, as well. You know, making it difficult for you to kind of... This girl here is she's on her lighthouse, and she is the lighthouse, really. But the only way that she's able to be the lighthouse is because she's withdrawn herself from others, and there is a kind of contemplative nature here. But through her own internal wisdom, she's then become a guiding light for others. So I think you're maybe feeling like you're not able to be a guiding light for others. Maybe even sometimes you're not really able to feel it like you're a guiding light for yourself because of a lot of these memories coming flooding in, and the Ten of Cups underlying. You know, you're thinking about the happy times. Okay. So what does Aquarius need to do then? What actions does Aquarius need to take? High Priestess in the reverse. Eight of Swords. Sun. High Priestess in the reverse could be about not being silent about something, or I mean, the High Priestess in the reverse is often about not paying attention to your own intuition, but I don't see why the action that you should take is not paying attention to your own intuition. That makes no sense at all. And then the Eight of Swords, which is about kind of, being trapped in your mind. So I think maybe the guidance is, therefore, turn this High Priestess upside down. You do... Right, so maybe it's telling you... I don't know whether it's telling you to be silent or to not be silent, but it's certainly saying that maybe, because again with the Hermit in the reverse, that you've not been tapping into your inner intuition, and you felt like you've been trapped in your mind because of all of these feelings and so forth. So why is the High Priestess in the reverse, please? The Empress. Okay, there we go. Oh, and the High Priestess in the reverse again. Oh, what the heck? Okay, again in the reverse. Okay, don't let your lack of make sure that you're listening and being patient with yourself and with your guidance. With the emotions coming in, it can be quite confusing. But you are either already the Empress or becoming the Empress, which is obviously very abundant, and of course the feminine energy of the Empress does not go chasing after anything. So don't go chasing after this person, okay? Just keep silence I know it's difficult with the High Priestess in the reverse. I can imagine that it's very difficult to remain silent, but have faith, tune into your intuition, try and receive the messages, and if you feel like you're kind of swimming around in all of these feelings or feeling trapped in your mind or whatever, seek silence. Seek silence and seek solitude. I know it's difficult, but that's the only way that you can kind of heighten your intuition, be able to receive the messages that you need to receive. And so, what is this person's actions? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? What are they going to do in the near future? Okay. So we had Knight of Wands. Wanted to kind of come out in the reverse, but sort of came out on the side. Knight of Swords in the reverse. So they're not really coming forward with the valor and with the honor. Not really kind of coming forward with the passion. Yeah, probably being quite in and out, very flighty, not reliable, unstable. Five of Wands, conflicted. Oh dear. Still conflicted. Look at them. They're still conflicted. Oh, these guys are upside down, sorry. Yeah, I wouldn't expect very much from this person, to be honest. They do not know whether they're coming or going. Look at these guys. They have no idea. One guy's like reaching out to the sky. One guy's like hanging out all over the shop, basically. Completely going in different directions. Yeah, this person's unstable. They're experiencing a tower, but they don't want to tell anybody about it. They're keeping it quiet. They're suffering in silence. They're thinking about you. They're feeling unstable. They're feeling judged by others, or they're feeling kind of like out on their own. They're feeling like, things aren't really fair. Maybe they've made the wrong choices. They're trying to move towards sort of calmer water and get their material life sort of sorted out. But look, I know that you're obviously experiencing quite a few emotions here and working towards becoming the Empress and the High Priestess in the upright. But you're a lot more stable and solid. This person is just all over the place, I'm sorry to say. But I think you probably knew that already, didn't you, Aquarius? Can we have an oracle card? Guidance for Aquarius. Guidance for Aquarius in love. Flexible. Kind of wanted to, it sort of flipped out like regular side up, but then flipped upside down. So let's read it because the descriptions in the book for this deck are really quite wonderful. Flexible. So teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's most important. Tree. There, I'll read both of them, upright and the protection. A tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane, whereas a rigid structure like a building would come crashing down. Consider how a tree remains supple and secure when everything around it may be in shambles. I think, you're the supple and secure, and this person's in shambles. This is how you need to be now, willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Stay curious, stay open, stay aware. At this time, others will be more flexible with you, too. When you or someone else becomes too rigid, you lose the access to growth and untapped potential and find yourself in an us versus them scenario. Loosen up, open your mind and heart and see if a more flexible approach feels better. Rigidity will set you up for a fight where there are only losers and no winners. Could you find a way to bring about a result that's mutually beneficial? Meet in the middle. Spirit makes a great mediator. Wow, interesting. So it's almost kind of like Because there may be the tendency to just like cut this person off with the Queen of Wands in the reverse, to just like give up and to just like, right, fine, okay, you know, this isn't going to work, whatever, I'm done. But, you know, Queen of Wands in the reverse can be quite cutting, and when she's sort of like, when she's misdirected in her anger, it can really be quite damaging. So yes, maybe try and temper some of those fires. Really try and tap into your intuition by coming to silence, coming to stillness as often as possible. And as it says, remain flexible. Maybe don't do any like major sort of rash actions at this time. I don't think you're going to be getting anything from this person anytime soon. They're an absolute mess. I hope this was helpful. It's a pretty clear storyline. Take care, Aquarius. Speak to you soon.